Thank you for being here on the OffsiteDirt.com media channel. I'm Audrey Kubesic, your host, and we are speaking about the Offsite Construction Series, where we have invited Vida Luz Development and Cornerstone Collective. We're excited to speak to the team and ask them many questions about offsite construction, sustainability, cash flow and capital, and many other resources about smart technology. Thank you for being here today. Hi, thank you for being here at OffsiteDirt.com with our Offsite Construction Series. So our first question, why is modular investable, and how does it help capital flow towards impact and environmental positive projects?
I think that modular offsite construction and the solution in general is extremely investable because of the high demand in the marketplace right now, especially in the United States, with our affordable, attainable housing crisis that we are in the midst of, have been for quite a while, and the response that the modular offsite solution provides to that demand, to that need, in a shorter period of time than traditional construction, in a more certain time frame. The certainty of schedule is huge with modular, in a controlled environment in a factory, as opposed to with inclement weather patterns, the instability of labor markets sometimes, and the safety and quality of the product being built in a factory environment. All of that contributes to the output, and the output in a shorter period of time than an unknown period of time, let's say with traditional construction, coupled with the demand, makes modular, the offsite solution, extremely investable, in my opinion. And the focusing capital flow toward impact and environmentally positive results comes through many different ways with the modular solution. Construction waste is decreased. Again, in a controlled factory environment, there are a lot less environmentally unfriendly impacts, right? So the workflow is programmed and predestined. There's automation in a lot of our factories now. And with that rigor, with that routine, that saves time, it saves money, it increases health, it increases performance, such that I know of several factories that are able to provide 4-day work weeks for their crew, and they get to avoid overtime, and there aren't the hazardous, fumes per se from being in a small contained environment, say in a bathroom in a hotel. So there's a lot of reasons that the modular solution provides immediate and impactful results in an environmentally friendly and a sustainable way.
How many buildings and building types will a Vida Luz community have? Can your modular manufacturing facility produce all of the necessary building components? So what I would say is that, just kind of starting with the modular manufacturing facility, that second part of the question, it's really about how modular can supplement the vision, the greater vision of Vida Luz. And what that means to us is sustainable materiality, and incorporating modular for efficiency and costing perspective so that we can achieve an obtainable price point for our community, just at large, but also for the end user. So modular really does have a versatility to it that we really think enables us to accomplish a wide variety of things within the communities. As far as building and building types, it's everything from retail, commercial, to residential, to hospitality. So there's also a diverse array of building types within our communities. And really, again, just centering back to the modular manufacturing facility, we have the ability to really drive the design of the manufacturing facility predicated upon what we see as a concept within our eco-agro micro-cities as this overall footprint. So we're doing these things together, and that concurrent design of both the eco-agro microcity and the manufacturing facility allows us to really have versatility of end product in mind, sustainable materiality. It enables us to really be a little bit more, I would just say, widespread in our thinking and how we're creating this factory to mirror our vision and our mission, which is obviously the primary goal for Vida Luz. So there's just the ability with our thinking right now that helps to drive what that manufacturing facility ends up looking like. And because we're in this conceptual and pre-seed phase, there's a huge opportunity to really incorporate technology and innovation and gear this towards the smart city product that we're looking for, and to understand what it means from an infrastructure perspective to master plan a circular economy. It's huge, right? So because Vida Luz not only has ambitious plans for our community, we also can have ambitious plans for the factory that incorporates robotics and technology, and our sensor placement for our overall data mapping plan, from a modular perspective within the factory to be incorporated into the microcity. There's this interconnectivity that's really special about our approach and how we're pulling these things together. So I wouldn't necessarily say it can produce every necessary building component, but what we can do is we can really try to be as efficient as possible with our factory design and how it complements the eco-agro microcities right from the get-go, because of how we're master planning all of these things together.
A Vida Luz community is intended to have all of the product types, and we intend to be able to construct all of those building types in our own factories. The intent is for us to create a lifestyle that uses modular construction and development as the soul of the development.
So how can smart technology and hardware be utilized within modular construction to advance sustainability?
There are numerous ways that technology can be incorporated, both on a program side and a hardware side. And I always think about the user experience at the end of that process. Obviously, the planning and then the integration and then the performance are the three key components in how smart technology and hardware should work together to provide the ultimate result that is required of the type of project. For instance, planning, how many zones, how are the controls going to be handled? What is the infrastructure requirements? Is it going to be underneath the floor, above the ceiling, in the walls? How are the connection points going to come together so that that infrastructure works well? We know that smart units, smart homes, smart developments are very technology heavy. Smart is a term that's thrown around a lot, in my opinion, that sometimes doesn't seem so smart. And the reason for that is because the planning wasn't done well at the beginning. Another reason is that there might be multiple vendors vying for their product to be installed in a product or a project, but the integration of the different systems, of those different programs, of those different solutions, they might not be talking to each other. Who wants to have 4 remote controls or 4 wall plates or different switches so that you have to label them and understand what goes with where, so that you can get, the blinds closed or what have you. Depends on the type of product. But so much of that is dependent on the planning and then that integrated design process. So all of the engineers and designers are talking with each other as well as the owner, so that the result can be simple, it can be seamless, it can be easy to use, it can be intuitive, and maybe control everything with a smart device. On the factory side, with automation and robotics, again, I think the sky is the limit. There are a lot of modular offsite factories that are considering bringing in automation and robotics. There are some that have already done it. There have been some successes, some lessons learned. I feel that we're on the precipice of really achieving economies of scale through technology, through smart automation and smart robotics. Factories are not going to put humans out of business in the construction field. I believe it's going to be a win-win for both because of our construction industry. The age of the workers are getting older. There aren't as many younger folks entering the construction trades. Let's just be honest about it. So I think that makes the technology smart, is how it works hand in hand with humans.
Are local governments ready for Vida Luz modular construction and developments? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, local governments are ready for Vida Luz modular. I'm coming at this from the perspective of a city planner who's worked in rural Oklahoma, but also dense Los Angeles County. And local government, small to large across the country, are passing resolutions and ordinances that deal with issues like climate change and disaster mitigation, but also want new development that makes their community happier and healthier and more productive. And our wants and needs match that directly with the local government wants and needs. Cities are there to serve the needs of their citizens. We're here to provide for the needs of their citizens. Vida Luz Modular can save 40% of the timeline between initial concept and permitting to final construction and inspection. 40% of that timeline can be saved with the smart, efficient build that modular manufacturing provides. And up to 90% of the construction can actually take place within our controlled, quality-assured facilities, bridging the gap between sustainable thinking and efficient building. We obviously want to work with local governments to figure out what the community wants and needs. So that will take place in the planning and programming stage. We can design and build up to 9% of the development in our factories and bring it to the site, and it won't necessarily look like your old school modular builds. It'll look like what cities are wanting and needing. So yes, local governments are ready for Vida Luz development, and Vida Luz is ready for local government.
Well, it's great to see that you're getting that type of response. I love this industry and knowing that there are other opportunities out there to improve building practices, and not all of them are traditional. Not to say traditional is a bad thing. It's just nice to see that we can assist with building materials and keeping them at a cap. We can also assist with pricing, cost efficiencies, and also scheduling, which is obviously big for every single individual out there that's in projects of these sizes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone being here. Vida Luz Development is a forward-thinking, amazing development group. They have an outstanding team. Please check out their website, Vida Luz Development, and it's LUZ development.com. Thank you for being here.